Another World with My Smartphone Season 2 starts with new adventure. The story begins with Truya Mochizuki, a 15-year-old boy, is unintentionally killed by God. In order to make amends, God permits his resurrection. However, since he is unable to bring him back to his previous existence, he is instead reincarnated into a magical world along with any particular demands. God accepts with Truya's plea to bring his smartphone with him into another world. Even though Truya cannot use the phone to communicate with his old world, it can still function in other ways, such as accessing data from Earth and using features that are pertinent to his new world, such as the GPS function to locations that are fully identified, internet access of the Earth's World Wide Web, and camera features. Truya's magical, psychological, and physical powers are also substantially enhanced. Truya makes the greatest use of his second chance at life by making friends with a variety of people, mostly women and influential figures in his new society. With his new allies, he sets off to visit several nations, resolving political conflicts and trivial objectives while casually having fun. Number 4. Dead Mount Death Play. Something unexpected occurs during a significant battle between a hero and a corpse god necromancer, who has authority over dead bodies. The corpse god necromancer reincarnates into a different planet during the battle using reincarnation power. In a different era and location, a boy named Polka Shinoyama is assassinated and brought back to life. Polka feels uncomfortable and confused when he wakes up since he is not himself, and the world around him is peaceful without magic. Polka is able to extract power from the souls of people who have passed away and are in a state of suffering. Number 3. Kaminaki Sekai no Kamisama Katsugu. Working for God in a godless world. Yakido is the child of a cult leader who worshipped the god Mitama. In the hopes that he will be reincarnated as their new leader, the cult drowns Yakido. Yakido really hopes to be reincarnated in a society free of religion. In a strange new world in a remote village, he befriends farmers Klen and Roy as well as the girls Alora and Suluro. Yakido observes a public mass suicide and discovers that there is no such thing as a deathly fear in a world where the nation choose whether you live or die. Both of them die as a result of stopping his friend's execution. Yukita prays to Mitama. Soyuro and other hanging individuals are also brought to life by Mitama. Yakido inquires about Mitama's powers out of fear of the government's revenge, and he feels disappointed to hear that there are no believers in this new world. Therefore, there are no powers remaining. Yakido wants to convince 10,000 people to worship Mitama and restore her as a goddess, as there is a danger that the government will deploy an army to their town. Number 2. Mashle, Magic and Muscles. Mash Burndead is a young man without even a trace of magic in him, living in a magical world where a person standing in society is determined by their ability and proficiency with magic. Mash needs to become a divine visionary, a designation that is only bestowed upon extraordinary pupils from the Eastern Magic Academy, in order to live in peace with his adoptive father, Rigro. Despite having no magic at all, Mash enrolls in the magic school because he is determined to prove to the rest of the world that strength can defeat magic and to live peacefully with Rigro. This animation is likely One Punch Man in the Harry Potter universe. Number 1. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world. 2. Yuya Tenju, a middle school student, has been bullied because of his fat since he was a young boy, even by his own parents, who favor his more handsome brother and sister. Yuya's grandfather the only person to treat him well, and he lives by himself in a home he inherited from his grandfather. He once defends Kaori Hojo from thugs, but in doing so, he suffers a terrible beating. Later, he finds a hidden entrance to a cottage in an alternate dimension that functions like a video game. While he is experimenting with his abilities with the powerful weapons provided in the cottage, an enormous monster appears outside the magic barrier. Yuya kills the monster from within the barrier and gains 100 levels, which enable his physique to evolve and become tall, muscular, and attractive. The most stunning news, however, is that when he returns to Earth, he can bring whatever he wants with him. He lives a double life as a normal schoolboy and a monster hunter.